Welcome to Quick Bytes, the lunchtime live stream with your tech integration specialist, Scott Conway. Welcome to today's session of Quick Bytes lunchtime live stream. We are going to take a look today at the voice typing accessibility feature in Google Docs. Something I'm really excited to show you today. I don't know if too many people are aware of it and that it's there, but it is a neat little feature with quite an expansive list of options and possibilities. So I'm going to try to go through all of this with you. If you're joining us live, thank you. There is a chat bar out to the right of the video. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask during the session, please do so, and I'll try to get to them by the end of our session. And so let's get right into this today. I'm going to close out of here, and within the session, you see it in my notes down here in the description for today's session live stream, there is a link to this support article, the support page for Docs, Google Docs, and the voice typing. So I want to start here and talk about what this really is. You can see right there, it says type with your voice, and we'll get into a demonstration shortly, but you can type and edit by speaking into Google Docs or into Google Slides speaker notes, which if we go back to my Google slide, you'll see this little section down here below my slide is what is called as the speaker notes. Now, I put the session description in here. It's kind of where I keep everything for my notes, but really it's the session description. And so I can actually use voice typing in this box down below here as an accessibility feature. Now, you don't necessarily need to have a reason to use this accessibility feature, a deficiency of some sort, dexterity-wise. This is just a cool feature that anyone really is allowed to use, and it's available to be used by anyone. I've got a headset on right now, doing this live stream, so you're going to see that it's going to work for me if maybe I just can speak faster and voice type faster than I can actually type with my hands. I like to joke and tell everybody my typing style or my typing preference is the ET style of typing. It's 3 fingers on both hands. That's how I type. I had one high school typing class way back when, and I did okay. I did enough to get by, but let's just say I did not learn how to type. I really cannot type with all of my fingers. So I am the ET typer, 3 fingers on each hand, and I'm pretty fast, pretty good, but I do like to use voice typing in Gmail. There is an extension that will allow you to do that, and maybe I'll show that in a separate session, but I do that often in Gmail. I open up an email, I hit the little microphone icon, and I just talk to type, and it's a lot faster, and I find myself more efficient that way than I am a fast typer. So in Google Docs and in Google Slides, you might find this an option as well. And if you really do need voice typing, there's other platforms out there that sometimes cost a lot of money, and or they're only available on a Windows or a Mac, and you're working on a Chromebook. Well, so how do you get around that? So we're going to show you today there is voice typing in a Google Doc. And I want to orient you to the support page for one, because there's a lot of information here. And you do need to turn your microphone on. So I know as everybody has kind of moved online, they're starting to realize, how do I enable my video? How do I enable my microphone? First step is to actually have a microphone. You got to check to make sure your computer has a microphone. I had a client at one point reach out to me and say, we're trying to do these Zoom sessions with our friends, and they can't hear me. And I said, well, do you have a microphone attached to your computer? And the answer was, no, I don't think we do. There you go. So I ordered a microphone, just a stand, USB stand mic for, I don't know, $15, and sent it to them. And they were happy, and it worked. So you don't need a full-fledged headset. It makes things a little easier if you're typing at the same time. But you could just have a little desktop stand mic or a lapel mic. They make those. USB, a little mini stereo jack, however you get it. You need to make sure you have a microphone, obviously, in order for this work. And then you need to make sure that it's configured correctly. And you can see that they've got some help documents here linked for system preferences on a Mac or Control Center in the PC. If you're on a Chromebook, it's in the settings. Okay, so you just need to be able to enable the microphone. Now, I think I've already enabled my microphone, so I don't think you're going to see the pop-up today, but you'll get a dialog box. Sometimes it pops up and says, do you want to enable this? Yes, you got to agree to that. And if you miss it, you got to find out how to go back and reconfigure it. So they do offer some links there. Now, getting down into the use of voice typing, languages, they do have quite a few languages that are available, obviously, with voice typing. They're listed here. I'm not going to read them all out. And how to actually get started with typing and making corrections. I do know that the backspace command will work. We'll see if we can get it to work today. Let's see, you can move the cursor to, yeah, so I think I got the backspace to actually function. We'll see if it works. And then they talk about punctuation, but please know that punctuation only works in these languages listed here: German, English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Russian. And the Spanish punctuation needs to be typed at the beginning of a sentence for use there. But, we'll show you the very common phrases: period, comma, exclamation point, question mark, new line, new paragraph. And we'll play around with this and just let you see how it goes. So it's pretty cool. Moving down, using the voice commands, you've got a lot of ability to select text and also deselect text. And you can see all the commands that are here. So this would take some time to learn all of the commands. You might want to actually print them out, put them in a couple tables, however you want to do that. But it is all listed here. You can format your text using voice commands. Text color and highlighting, font size, paragraph formatting, alignment, all of this is available to you. And then when you get into the editing, you've got things like copy, cut, paste, delete last word. These are all commands that you can use to edit your actual document. You can also move around your document. I'm going to try and play with this today and see how it goes, but go to, and then you say where, end of, paragraph, or go to end of paragraph, move to start of, and you can see your suggested possibilities here. Go to next, move to previous, so you've got that there. You can also stop voice typing with a verbal command of stop listening, and then you can also resume by saying resume. So and you've got some other compound commands that you can make here. So a lot to consider. I didn't even open up all of these. You can even do tables, but I just wanted to kind of orient you to the help page. As I say, with any Google service on the platform that you're going to use, highly recommend you check out their help center. There's a lot of content, a lot of instructions, a lot of tutorials, and a lot of information that will help you get through these platforms if you get stuck. So this one, more so than ever, you've got to look at what are the commands, just so you know how to navigate all of this. So, all right, let's go right into our demo. We're going to open up an untitled document here. To get started, you do have to go to Tools and go down to Voice Typing. You can also see that Control-Shift-S will get this started. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. You can see the microphone is enabled here. It does say click to speak. I believe you have to click this the first time, and then from there you can use your stop listening and your resume. And it will pick up from there. So, but the initial is to click to speak. Now, the first time I did this, I got that little dialog pop up, allow microphone, and I've already passed that point. So it's one and done to allow the microphone use here. All right, I am going to go ahead and click on this and show you how this works. There we go. We're going to start. And you can see that it is typing as I speak, period. And it's a really accurate translation from what I am speaking to what's on the screen, period, new line. So I would highly recommend you take some time looking through all of the documentation on the help site for all of the different commands, period, new paragraph. And you should never start a sentence with and, period. Stop listening. Okay, just wanted to turn that off for a second to get my bearings here because this would just keep going and it would look a little silly. But so you can see already that this is really awesome, really accurate at what it's doing here. I want to try and use some of these other commands to see if I can take care of some kind of formatting here. And I'm looking through, I printed out all the commands and I want to, let's see. Let's see if this will resume. Okay, so that didn't work. So I must have to click on this again. The resume didn't, and maybe there's a time frame. It may have timed out. So that's something to consider, that with the resume command, it must be within the 15, 30 seconds. I've gone over that time, and that's probably why I need to click on it again. So move to previous line. New paragraph. Start typing text. Period. Select line. Copy. New line. Select line. Select line. Copy. Move to end of line. New line. New line. All right, it's not doing that. Paste. Period. Select line. Bold. Deselect. Stop listening. Okay, so there we go. I believe I should have said deselect earlier. The new line was getting thrown in there. So as you learn these commands, this is what you can do with this. So it's got the full functionality of moving around the document, typing text, selecting, formatting, font size, font color, paragraph formatting, alignment. You've got a whole host of ways that you can type, format, and move throughout your document, all available from the voice typing feature and functionality. It's an accessibility feature, but it can certainly be used by anyone and everyone. Again, it's available in a Google Doc, and also the speaker notes at the bottom here in a slide. So that is the voice typing. Great option for those of you that have a headset or a microphone, lapel mic, stand mic, whatever you have attached to your computer. It might make you faster at typing and drafting, and I would definitely suggest you give it a try. It's completely free. It's available to you, again, in Google Docs and the speaker notes in Google Slides. I don't see any questions coming in on the chat side here, so thank you for joining us today, and we'll hopefully see you at the next session.